There's this strange thing that gets lost in translation when I talk about stuff. It's like, well, I'll say this. This is true of anybody who tries to talk about deeper realization. It's very hard to talk about it. But the more filters that come off, the more identity structure that contains experience that is stripped away, the more directly you actually experience everything. So in a sense, it was very, very intense to go through all that. So it was really intense, but it seemed to play out fine. But I'm summarizing like 20 years of my life with a few statements. Like I went through medical training and stuff, a lot of physical discomfort that comes after a big, big shift like that. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot there. And I do talk about shadow stuff and all of it. But I will say that as realization gets to a certain depth, the ability to even reflect and go, is this how it's supposed to be? Is this not how it's supposed to be? Like that wasn't really there. To be honest, it was, and so I think that will probably continue to drop away for you to where you're not even trying to reflect anymore. You're just doing what you're doing. And then your life will take the shape it takes. It will do what it does. And it doesn't really matter whether it's enjoyable or not enjoyable or any of that. It's just those are momentary whims of the ego trying to like find its place or something. It just becomes just an expression of this right here all the time. So it's hard to talk about it in terms of what it's like because it's not like anything. It's not bad, it's not good. It's none of those conventional descriptions in my experience. Uh, Over time, the trajectory, I mean, I can look back and say that the trajectory has been obvious, um, but it wasn't obvious 10 years ago or 15 years ago, really. Not in the sense of where it is now. It looked very different then. So you don't know what it's going to look like. And then people will say to you, well, it must have been, well, it was so easy for you, but it's for me, it's like, blah, blah, blah. And you'll be like, I can't even address that because I can't really give you one point in time and say that's representative of my whole journey because it just changes all the time. Like it just evolves and changes and shifts and appears and disappears. I will tell you, it's not going to look like mine. Everybody' life just looks different, and of course. So, as far as like looking for like some kind of reward, or not that you're looking for it, but that where is that? There can be a gap for sure between where a lot seems like it's falling away and where you start to really settle into a deep peace and sort of um, a very natural enjoyment of um, this mystery. And that tends to come, I see in people, especially after no non-dual and no self-realization. There's an adjustment after that. Even the really big deep shifts, there's still adjustments. But I do see people ultimately settling into a place of a deep, deep peace that is not available when your mind identified at all. And I see that consistently, but it takes some time for sure.